Hello, my name is Anne, and this is Toby, and welcome to a Tobyknits Podcast, episode 162. And guess where I am? I'm home! Sit down, Tobes. I'm finally home. I have been gone a month, I think. Wait, now, yeah, because I left on the 29th of April, and today is actually the 1st of June. It's Saturday, the 1st of June. If you can hear, there's tons of motorbikes going by right now. Summertime in Merrickville is like crazy busy with all bikes and people visiting our beautiful little village. But it gets a bit noisy when the bikes all go, because it's not just one bike, there's like a million of them. Okay, well, maybe not a million. Honest to God, I think I've just lost count. Yeah, I don't even know. But yes, I'm home. So yeah, even though I was been back in Canada for a week now, or 10 days, my dad and my brother came back from England with me, and we landed in Toronto. Bob picked us up there, and we spent a couple of days in Niagara Falls and Toronto, about 4 or 5. And then we came back here to our house, and we've just been, busy every day going places and visiting family. So I just haven't had a chance to sit down and record until now. They left yesterday, and so the house was super quiet this morning, but it was lovely. It was just lovely to be quiet. Oh, yes. Anyway, I have lots to tell you and lots to show you and lots of plans. So let's just get straight on with it, because today we're going to be talking about knitting, cross stitch, and quilting. I'd like to welcome, first of all my new viewers, by the way. Thank you so much for deciding to stop by and have a look and stay. I'm so glad that you did. I can't believe I'm actually over 2,000 subscribers now. Like, that went really quick, from the 1,000 to the 2,000, really quick. So thank you so much for deciding to stick around. And I hope you enjoy everything that you get to see, and all my craziness, because we all know there's craziness. Everybody should have their cup of tea. Do you have your tea? If you don't, you might want to get it. We're going to be here a while. Yeah. Because I have lots to show you. Okay, let's start off with finished objects. While I was gone away, because I thought I was only going to be gone for 10 days, which morphed into 20, I only took three projects with me. I took one cross stitch. I took two knitting projects. I took the Musselburgh hat with me, and I finished it. Of course I did. I finished it. So this is the Musselburgh hat for Andrew, and this is my own hand-dyed yarn. I might dye some more of this, because Bob has now told me he wants one like this. So this is my winter camo colorway, and I might put this in the shop, because so it's just grays and white, and it's a really nice. So this is a Musselburgh hat. If you don't know what this is, you start at a crown, you work out about an inch, and then you measure that inch to see what your gauge is, which then tells you, based on the size you want to make, and there's tons of sizes, it then tells you how long to do your increases for. Once you've got to the size that you pattern tells you and your swatch gauge tells you, then you just knit and knit and knit and knit. I did this on a 16-inch needle. I think I used 3.25, or was it 2.75? Do I have it handy? I think it's in here. Let me look, because I can't remember. Yes, 3.25 chow goes. That's what I used to a 16-inch. So this is waiting for another Musselburgh. And then you just keep knitting, 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 knitting. So this is perfect car knitting. And I took this on the plane because it was easy, the little bag on the plane, fit in my carry-on. And then when you've done the amount you need, then you do a decrease the same as the increase. And then you have this big long tube, at which point you then, I always have a hard time with this bit, fold it inside itself. And you have a hat. Now, you can wear it two ways. And I know this is how Andrew will wear it. He will wear it like a slouch. That's how Andrew will wear it. And it's double thickness anyway. Where are we? There. It's double thickness anyway. So it's very warm and it's lovely. So I made one for Sean, and his was in greens and yellows. His was my school uniform colorway. Or you can just do that and fold up so that you have a nice brim, which then is 4 times the thickness to keep your ears warm in our horrible Canadian winters. And it just fits on your head lovely. And this is how Sean wears his. So, but this one's for Andrew, and I know how he's going to wear it. So that got finished. The other thing I finished or took with me was from this book, Baby Knits by King Cole, and it was this cute sweater that I wanted to make for Sunny, my granddaughter, and I finished that. Look how cute it is. It needs to be washed and blocked, but it's so cute. And this was interesting because you did this, when you started knitting it, I thought it was the wrong side that I was working on. But then you have to fold it over and it becomes the right side. So yeah, it's really sweet. I have to put some buttons on up here to close it up because it goes around to the back there. So that will close and be like that. And the little sleeves, little cap sleeves. So we're going to see Sunny because she's in Nova Scotia with Sean and the lovely Leo and Miss Megan. We're going to go see them in July, so I will take that down to her then. Isn't that a pretty pattern though? And the back is just plain. And this was King Cole yarn. Trying to remember what I used for that. I think it's here. Yes. Sorry, keep getting up. This was Drifter 4-ply, and this is called Lilac, obviously. So, and that's how much I had left from making that sweater, because I only bought one ball, because it's 100 grams. So yeah, so that is the 2 finished objects I have to show you. Oh my gosh, there are so many bikes going by. There's so many. I think it's just been constant. I've been on here 9 minutes and I think we've had bikes going by the whole time. Ridiculous. Anyway, so those were the 2 things I did plus the cross stitch, which I'll show you later. Well, of course, because I finished Sunny's sweater and I'd almost finished the Musselburgh, I had nothing else to make. So I happened to go to Bear Street. No. Why did I say Bear Street? Black Sheep Wools. And while I was at home in England, and I met up with Linda, hello love, and Jude as well. So we met up with them, and we went shopping, as you do when you're in a wool shop. And I bought this pattern. So you can make this one it does have a little pattern on it. It's really hard to see, or you can do it with short sleeves. I decided to make the vest top one, even though I have enough yarn to do the short sleeve one, just because for our summers, I thought it would be nicer. And I got this yarn, which is a 57% cotton, 30% viscose, and 13% linen. And the colorway is Ingleton. It's really nice, but I'm not sure if my gauge is right with it. The pattern tells you to use a 3.25 needles for the rib, and then change to a 4. I think that's what we were supposed to do. Yeah. And there's more bikes. Oh, there must be something going on in the village today. So I have started it, and I actually have started it twice, because I started it using what I thought was my size, and it was so big, like you could have wrapped it around my whole body twice. So let me hold it still so you can see the pattern there. So, and the yarn is gorgeous. I mean, it's lovely to work with, but it's very stretchy. So I'd done about the rib and about 4 rows when I thought, this is too big. So I ended up, I mean, look, it's still, I think it might, so this has gone down a size. I've gone down a whole size, and, but it's coming on really nice. So I started this while I was away, and did I get this far? Because I haven't worked on it since I've been back. So yeah, I got this much done while I was away. And this is the little stitch marker in the little stoppers I got from Linda and June. So yeah, so that's and there's no name to this pattern, so I can't honestly tell you what it is, other than it's just called double knit, and there's a number. I don't like when you just have a number. I much prefer a name. And the other thing I noticed, it said to do the rib the same as the front of the short sleeve. Well, the short sleeve rib is very long. That's all. Whereas on this top, it seems to me to be short. So I just did a short rib. I think I did it for what it said the sleeves and the neck would be, because I wanted to make it all make sense. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, you can see I just did a small rib. So it's very nice, and I'm hoping it will fit me. If it's on the big side, that's not too bad. It'll be cooler. But I was just surprised at how I had to go down a size. So we'll see. And I have it in my gorgeous bag that I got from June. I love it. So yeah, that's that I'm working on. And then the other thing, again, where my dad lives, just outside Woodland Bassett, there's a lovely little shop there, and I went in there and to have a look around, as you do, and I picked up some gorgeous yarn, and I was going to get some for me. Well, I did. I bought this one for me. I wanted to give this a go because I've never really, only once before have I knit with an acrylic yarn for socks. So this is a 4-ply. It's King Cole. Again, I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with King Cole. And it's a 97% acrylic, 7% PBT, whatever that is. And this shade is called Coconut. I just thought that was interesting. And I picked it up and I was going to buy it. And then my brother said, oh, I really like this one. So I said to him, well, do you want me to make you a pair of socks? And he said, yes, please. So I picked this one up for him. And I feel like this is watermelon. No, passion fruit. The label's on the floor. This is passion fruit. And again, it's a little weird, I must say. I mean, it's coming out lovely. So you had to do the rib in 3.25. And I mean, I use 2.25 when I make socks. So the rib was 3.25, and then this is knit with 3. So I feel like this can be too big. It looks huge. I decided to do it on DPNs, and I am following a pattern from King Cole that I purchased that I don't actually remember what it is. And it's on my iPad. It has 2 patterns in it, but I decided to just use, one is a lace and one is a chevron, I think. And it's for this yarn, but I decided, oh my goodness, can you even hear them? I swear to God, that has to be 100 bikes now. I'm gonna have to go up in the village after and see what's happening. Where was I? So yeah, I decided to follow their pattern, and they did it on 3 DPNs. Now when I do DPNs, I normally do 4. So this is all new for me to do 3. And I'm actually enjoying it to do it this way. I have now just done the heel flap and the turn, heel turn, and I've just got through the gusset. So now I am just on knit, 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 knit. And I do find with DPNs, as opposed to magic loop, which usually is what I do, I can knit quicker with the DPN than the magic loop. So, but I just feel like this might be big. But this is a 72, so it is, because it's from my brother. So once I've got one done, I'll try it on Bob and then see how it goes. I'm supposed to be, I think we're going to New York City in November with my dad, my brother. So I'll have it for him when I'm there, unless I mail it to him in the meantime. But, and I've also started doing what the Crazy Sock Lady does. I want to see if this works. So she counts every 10. And I have to say, it was much easier. So I did 50. No, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I did 60 before I started on the heel flap. And so what you do is you do one sock, and every 10 you put your markers. So here is the marker to start my 10 here and the beginning of the round. And then I'll go up. Then when you do the second one, after you've done your 10 stitches, you take it out of this one and put it in the other sock, and so that you can keep up with how much you did and where you are. They're driving me mad. Could you not go another way? They're driving me mad. So I've never done that before. I've never done these all things. I normally just guess or count up myself afterwards, or if it's one of these, I'll try to match the thing. So anyway, we'll see whether I like this method or not. But so that's what I've got done on David's sock. Now I have to say, I was only about here. No, when did I actually start these? I don't think I started them when I was in England. I think I started them when I got home. I think this is only like 3 or 4 days worth of knitting. But this is now the car knitting because the Musselburgh's finished. So this will take over as car knitting till I get another Musselburgh on the needles. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for my brother. And I do have, I'm trying to decide, these are the two lovely yarns that I got from Linda when I was there. And this is Parma Violet, which I think would make a fabulous Musselburgh. What do you think? And then she gave me this one, which is Botanical Yarns, who I've never done before. Never tried a Botanical Yarns. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with that. That looks just too sweet to use. I feel like that should go with something else and make a top, a summer top. I feel like that should be a summer top. Anyway, but I think that might make a really nice Musselburgh. And it feels warm. It feels, it's got like a halo. It's, again, I've never done this one. Siobhan's Crafts, Parma Violet, just says thickness sock, weight 100 grams. Its composition is 85% superwash, polyworth, 15% nylon. So I think I might try that because I have a purple jacket. Anyway, I'm not sure yet what I'll do with them. So let's see. Okay, so the top, so blankets have gone away. It's too hot here in the summertime to knit blankets. So the crochet blanket that I was working on has got put away. And the, I can't even think of the name of that. What was it called? Wait, now it's probably in here somewhere. Starlight blanket. Honest to God. The Starlight blanket has been put away because that's just too hot. And what's the other one? Looking back over all my notes here to see what the other one was. Well, I don't even know. My favorite blanket. So I've put the My Favorite Blanket away and the Starlight blanket away for the winter. I'll get them out probably September and try to get them finished by the end of the year. That's that plan. I will still keep working on the mitered square because it's still small, and to throw a square in on a Sunday is not the end of the world. So what are my plans going forward for the summer? So in my trusty little book are my June plans. And I really enjoyed what I did last month because I normally follow the Gideon method, as you know. Where you pick 6 projects, 6 projects, and you work those 5 or 6 projects, 12 hours each time, put it away if it's not finished, start the next one, 12 hours. Now, obviously not consecutive. I just sit down and make a note of the time on my watch or my timer and just knit, and then stop it and then say, by the time I've done 12 hours on that project, I put it away and get the next project. And that really does help finish a lot of stuff. It helped me a lot. However, last month I tried something different and I really am enjoying this method. So this method is, so there are 5 weeks in the month. So I pick 5 projects and I work Monday to Friday on one project. If I get it finished, fab. If I don't, it gets moved to the bottom of the pile. The next week, I work on a completely different project every night for that 5 days. Saturdays is always cross stitch, and Sundays is scrappy. So I don't know if that'll be the mitered square or some other scrappy project I want to work on. Could be quilting. I don't know. So the Musselburgh hat was last week's, which I finished. Perfect. This week is David socks, and they're now car knitting, my summer top. So all of this week I will be working on my summer top. The following week I will do 24 birds, and then because it's getting big, I might put that away for the summer too. And then the Pemberton pullover, which is Bob's, and I only have 1.5 sleeves to do, so I really want to plow through and get that one done. And I might just try to get that finished for June. So I might do that the last 2 weeks of June just to finish it, because it's getting heavy and, you know, it's too hot. So that is my plans knitting wise. Now cross stitch. Let me show you my cross stitch. This is what I took with me to England. I was working on this from Bothy threads, which is for Evie, and this is Woodland Welcome. When I went to England, I had completed the hedgehog, the fox, and I was starting on the rabbit when I went to England. Finished it. I love this. It was so fast. I really, really enjoyed doing it. Now, obviously, I haven't done the back stitch yet. There is a lot of back stitch, and that's okay with me because I absolutely love and adore back stitching. Sometimes I will hold it in my hand and just do it in hand. Other times I'll put it in the hoop. So I have to finish the back stitch. As you can see, there is a lot of back stitch, but it really brings them all to life. It really, really brings them all to life, I think. And I love doing that part. So, and then of course I have to put all her date of births in. So I am definitely going to be working on this on our Fridays Stitch With Me live. And I just love it. I love Bothy thread stuff. I cannot wait to get my Bothy threads box. I'm waiting for that. So that I got finished, and then while I was there, I bought a couple of things. I'm having a bit of a struggle with the Peter Rabbit. So what am I talking about? I'll tell you. Before I went, I saw this Peter Rabbit cross stitch that had come out by Hatchet Patchworks, I think it's called, and it's a subscription. You subscribe, it's a magazine, it comes out weekly, so you can get it in the shops in England weekly, or you can subscribe and it's delivered to your house once a month, and they send the 4 issues. However, you cannot subscribe if you live in Canada or the US or anywhere else. It's only England and Ireland. I don't know why. I don't know if that's just a Hatchet thing or if this is just because it's new. I don't know. I have tried to subscribe to it twice, and with giving my dad's address, but they still don't seem to like my credit card or my PayPal. So I think I'm going to get my dad to subscribe and pay for it, and it'll just get shipped to him, and then I will send my dad the money each month. But while I was in England, I did happen to pick up 3 issues. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. So what it is during the course of the year, there will be 4 of these. Obviously, this one is spring. There will be a summer, a fall, and a winter. I don't think there isn't a picture of all of them, I don't think. Let me see if I can find. No, there's not a picture of all of them. Anyway, in this magazine, which is darling, and it has holes, so you get a binder if you subscribe, or you can just put it in a binder. It's really, really nice. It has, so you can pull these out. It has all the instructions for how to make it, including showing you, if you're a new cross stitcher, how to do it step by step. I probably would just look at the actual instructions and just go from there. I don't need all the step by step, but some people do. But on each page, there are gorgeous, lovely little illustrations. I love that. And there are also 2 other projects within that you can just make by itself. It's not part of the sampler. And I just really, really love it. There's also a story in the back. So this one's all about motorbikes, all about Beatrix Potter and her life. And then sometimes it's about how she picked a story or what that story's about. Like there's always a little something in the back to read. And you also always get some thread to use to make your sampler. So I managed to pick up 8, 9, and 10, which all happen to be making, where is she? All happen to be making Hunka Munka. So I could, if I wanted to, just make this by itself and put it in a frame, or start, where is she, there, and wait till I get the subscription for these 2, if I get it. So I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back from them, but I feel like my dad's gonna have to order it for me and pay for it there. So that I'm very excited about, because I love Peter Rabbit. The other magazine I bought while I was there was this one, and I'm still trying to see if I can get this here in Canada. I feel like I might be able to get this at Indigo, but I'm not sure. But this was the issue that was out. The only trouble is when you get them in Indigo, we're a month behind, but that's okay if I can still get it. If not, my cousin is going to get me the next issue of this, because in it was a free gift, and this is the free gift, and we're going to make a bag, and it's got all the thread and the fabric and the beads. You gotta love British magazines for this. So this is part 1, and then there is a part 2, which, that's really hard to show you, but that will be part 2 with boats and everything. And then you make it into this bag. And I think the fabric and everything is gonna be in next month's, which comes out on June 11th. So my cousin is going to look for this for me and then send that to me. So I'd like to start this, but I'm too scared to start it if she can't get me the next issue. So I might have to wait a few days for that. So those are all on hold. So I'm going to try to finish off Woodland Welcome, and then I've still got Peking Puppies. But how amazing to spend 1 month on one project and I almost got it done. If I spend a month on Picking Puppies, I wonder, will I finish that? Interesting. I'll have to check that out. So, quilting. While I was gone, a few things arrived in the mail. The first thing that came was the backing fabric for my carnival quilt from Cotton Cuts. I had ordered this to do the backing because I want to do Quilt As You Go. And I am going to be doing a separate video, I think a weekly, of my progress of putting together the Quilt As You Go and the method I'm using. And the first one may have already come out, I'm not sure, or it may come out on Saturday. Might be Saturday, but I'll tell you when. So this is the background, which I think will go fabulously with the piece. Now the other thing that came while I was gone, and I didn't know this was coming, was I got extra borders. So I'm wondering, do I want to put the extra borders on or not? So I have to open this all up and have a good look and put them up and decide. Again, I will go through that with you so we can decide together. So that came. The other thing that came was my final block from Design a Mystery. Fat Quarter Shop's Design and Mystery. And this is the last one. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I've only done about 4 of these, and I put them away because I was so obsessed with my cotton cuts. But at least I've got all of these now, and I don't have to worry about at what point they're in there. And I'm not following their layout. I'm going to do my own. So I'm just making the blocks, each block. And as I said, I think I've done 4. I also have last year's To Quilt As You Go Together. So I've got plenty of things to do quilt-wise this summer, which is awesome. Awesome. And then finally, with regard to fabric, as you know, I bought this fabric when I was at home. It's a new Etta Sidar fabric. I haven't opened that yet, so I don't really know how big they are. And I bought this fat quarter. Got thread coming everywhere, which matches this one, because I want to make a bag. Now, I don't know if I want to make a bag for knitting or a cross stitch bag. But then I also bought these 2 as well. So I feel like these both might become knitting bags, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided, but they're definitely bags of some kind. And then while I was away, I ordered from LeisTextileStudio. Is that how you say her name? She's in Niagara Falls. But I ordered this while I was in England, so it would get here before I got home, because I wanted to order some Peter Rabbit fabric. Oh, and this is, I think I got a half a yard of this. This was a happy birthday, 5th birthday. I have no idea what for. But it's super cute. Isn't that cute? So I got that one. I got a half a yard of that. And I got a half a yard of this one, which I thought was really sweet. And I got, this wasn't quite a half a yard. I'm not even sure. I think it's an 1/8 of a yard of this one. And I want to make cross stitch bags with these. So that is the plan. I know exactly which pattern I'm going to use for the cross stitch bags. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do for that. I might make the netherwood bags with those. I don't know. Or do I want another? Anyway, I don't know. She also sent me this little scrap of Pokemon. Isn't that cute? So yeah, that's everything that I've done while I've been away and my plans coming up. So I'm going to finish now, and then I'm going to go and get out my cotton cut stuff, start cutting out the backing for that. Oh, I'll just show you. So that is the Carnival Ferris wheel. So I'm gonna finish cutting that out, the backing, and start quilting that as you go. And then, as I said, I've got about, I hope that didn't make you dizzy. If it did, I've got about 3 blocks to catch up on Tree of Life. So far behind with that one, but they don't take long. Like, it's an hour and a half tops, and you've done a block. So I am really looking forward. I have not sewn for a month. I am really looking forward to doing them. Really am. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and it's time for another cup of tea because that one's cold. And I have to clean the mess up around me now that I've just made. I'm so happy to be home. And Bob and I are going out on a bike ride when he gets home from work today. And on a trail near to us. So I'm excited about that. Now that the weather's so lovely, it's so warm out. And look, now I finished recording. The bikes have all stopped. Of course they have. Of course they have. Anyway, I've been on long enough. I have to go. Okay, I'll talk to you all maybe next week. Ooh, bye.